Hey everyone, so welcome back. Another episode of Hogwarts Legacy here. Uh, the house that we're playing as is we're continuing on the Ravenclaw journey. So, thank you for joining. Take a look at the graphic settings here and the display options. So we got windowed full screen. In rendering resolution, it's 1920 by 1080, 100%. Anti-aliasing mode, TAA high. Upscale type, none. I'm not going to change that. I'm just leaving all this as it is, but the VSync is on. Frame rate 30 frames per second. Actually, let's increase that to at least 40 and see what happens. I know some people are like, oh, why don't you go 60, but... Nah, I mean... Even at the start of the game, it didn't seem all that bad. But let's see what difference 40 frames per second. See if the gameplay, the quality, or the performance changes. Image calibration, let's see, field of view, negative 9.9. Motion blur off, field of depth off. Chromatic aberration off. Film grain off. Okay, now as far as the actual graphics options, global quality preset recommended. So all of this is set to low, as you can see. Ray tracing reflections off, ray tracing shadows off, ray tracing ambient occlusion off. Now this is what was played with in the last video, and I didn't really see any problem with it. Let's see how well the castle shows with these graphics. Alright, so let's jump into it. Okay, let's see, find your common room. Again, this is the Ravenclaw journey, Ravenclaw common room. Never actually seen the inside the Ravenclaw common room, so it's actually really interesting. Wow. Yep. Now with those graphics, with the graphics all set on low, I really doesn't. I mean, obviously, the sharpness of the quality and everything is not as high as it could be. But considering that it's on low, everything's on low, that's not bad. The ghosts show pretty well. That must be the girls' dormitory. See here, introduce yourself to... Right, where's the first one?
Deep breath. Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
I'm trying not to do too much talking and just enjoy the gameplay.
Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Hogsmeade. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Hogsmeade. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy.
Let's see
Professor
if it...
Shaw is
Nope.
incredibly knowledgeable.
I was going to see if it'll let me change the graphics during the conversation, but... We've seen... Well, I personally find the stars
I
fascinating.
hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all 5th years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. I love how each house has its own distinct look. Like to me, they don't look anything alike.
great golden gobstones. I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard
Way
you
to
were
be
studying
honest.
with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
He's quite knowledgeable. I wouldn't really know.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
So,
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
oh, I appreciate that. I wonder if there's any kind of achievement you can get for interacting with all those
Interesting.
globes. Every globe in the game.
One moment. Watch this.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood.
Reminds me of the
Ravenclaws
Weasley
can
brothers.
Be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm over it, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters.
Fred and George.
And you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha, I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett. Hey there.
Okay.
New Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside.
You'd best not keep her waiting.
That new fifth year.
Wonder where they're from.
Can't imagine stuff this
Oh wait, that's right. I don't have the field guide yet. Can't start a path. So let me run.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs?
Even with a field guide, I think that's
Yes,
a bit
your ordinary wizarding
high of an
level
expectation
exams.
for someone
They
who's
will
just
determine
starting.
what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry,
I mean, catching
we've
up on a
devised
year or two
something
maybe, but not 4
extraordinary
years of
to
magic.
ensure your success. It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
This bust created in honor of Ravenclaw House resides in the lofty Ravenclaw Tower. Ravenclaw bust. Interesting. And this is your wizarding level XP earned from challenges increases. XP earned from challenges increases your level and power. Your field guide tracks your current challenge progress. Select the challenge menu to continue.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Well, I mean, I'm trying, but we got people in the way, and you're walking really slow.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to... Hold on, wait, is it... Oh, okay, it was already... Wow. It was trying to show me that whole time. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe if you don't want to miss any content or future game walkthroughs that I will be posting. Various games that I have and collecting in the Steam library. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to
Oh wait, I'm
speak.
going the wrong way. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the experience that I have to
That
share.
should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Yeah, and, well, I know what Hogsmeade is. Defense of the Dark. But just out of curiosity, I want to see what she
You
has to say.
mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts,
I've seen
as
all the Harry
name
Potter
implies,
movies
focuses on
and
how to defend
read the books,
oneself against the
so I'm very well
evils
aware of
that lurk
what this
beyond
stuff
these
is.
walls.
It's just interesting to
A
see their
mastery of
reactions.
Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
One book I wish they would make into a movie, I think it might be a play, but I wish they would make it into a movie, is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. That was a really good, interesting book.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
One second.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Do I want to be honest or do I want to hide it? Let's see. You know what? I think I'm just going to put it out there. So there is, in fact.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Alright.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Doesn't look very happy. I hope it didn't say too much.
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Okay, this represents main quests. Some quests are locked by spell and or level requirements. In these cases, you will need to be the required level and or have the required spell to activate the quest. Okay, try the quest again.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, it sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okay. Attend defense against the dark arts class. Real quick, I want to see what difference taking the graphics settings up by 1 would be. Recommended. Let's see. Low is low for all. Medium. Okay, so now they're all at medium. Oh, well, these are still off. I'm not gonna mess with those. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if it affects the performance. Oh, loading. There we go. A little bit. I don't know if it's noticeable on camera, but there's a slight stutter. I'm gonna go straight to Charms class. Let's take a look. Eventually find where those are. Okay. I will say this place is like a maze.
Revelio.
Oh, I heard a ding. Where is it? Okay, it's getting louder. Once I passed it. Oh, I missed one. Oops, sorry.
Never forget what that awful.
Does it move? Yep. I love how so many things are interactive in this.
Revelio.
I wish it would show what it is that's getting pinged.
142 staircases, and this is where they put me.
I saw your head nod. Oh shit, I know what those are. You need to be disillusioned. Alright, let's hit the chart. Wait a second. Is that the... Maybe I should look at that. So move. Nope. Now that's an interesting... I'm not sure if you consider that a clock or some kind of compass. Although it looks like a type of clock that... Let's see... That looks almost like an astronomy clock. Although I don't really know if that sort of thing exists. Okay. Let's start.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Yep, just like in the first movie.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised... Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts.
I hope this is a DLC in the future,
I want a fair duel, using only Levioso.
so the dueling doesn't
basic
end
cast,
after the first
and
dark arts
protection.
class.
You may begin.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Stupid potato. Levioso. Okay, Snape.
I will call my students for this again.
There we go. See the papers fly.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Okay, you didn't really give a whole lot.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Heckert. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today.
Gotta meet
I
our
shall
buddy
reach out soon with
Sebastian.
additional assignments.
I think Sebastian is the most interesting character in the whole
Class is
game.
dismissed.
He's in the definitely in the top 3. See what they have to say.
If you know the right... Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Okay.
Nice work.
There's a... Oh, it's up above me. It's got an arrow.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I was never used my wand in combat. I've had my share of wand combat. Do I want to sound lucky, or do I want to boast about it? And I think this go around, I'm just going to boast about it. What the hell? I've had my share of wand combat.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Sounds intriguing, honestly.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not
That's
to
something
get
I wish we
caught.
had more
Sebastian.
access to.
I'll keep that in mind.
Good.
There's
Pleasure
definitely
chatting
a
with you.
lot more.
I'm
This
sure I'll
game
see you
has a
soon.
lot of
Perhaps
potential if
somewhere
they would just
unsanctioned. We'll
unlock
see
it.
if your
Hopefully they
performance
have
today
plans
was sheer
to.
luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Either
Till
they're going to have
next time.
DLC that's more like an expansion, or they're going to have a sequel to the game. Alright. Well, actually, now think of it, since I put the graphics up on medium, there wasn't a whole lot of stuttering during that duel. Did I already explore up here a little bit?
Revelio.
Having a tea party. Or so it looks. The fact that they gave so many... Oh, it's a kitty cat. The fact they have so many interactive paintings that have action to them. They held as tightly to the game, or to the magic of the castle as they could, and I commend that. Ooh, wait a second.
Lumos.
I cannot do this for all eternity.
Okay, where is that? No, I'm not going out there. Oh, wait a second. I saw that flicker.
Revelio.
Augury skeleton. This is a skeleton of an Irish phoenix, or augury, an intensely shy bird who can forecast the coming of rain and whose mournful cry was once believed to foretell death. Interesting. I've actually read that. Let's see if we can...
Did you get your
Lumos.
Where is it?
One of them deserves more than anything.
Oh, it's not down here.
Not sure he's in at the present moment, the headmaster. Would be sure to tell him how very much.
Yeah, I'll look for it. I'll look for it more later. They did a good job on the.
Lumos.
They did a really good job on that, from what I understand. When I watched the YouTube video of the developer talk during the trailer of the game, or the inside Hogwarts, like the inside of the Hogwarts journey, they said that that sound of Lumos was extremely difficult and took them a long time to get right. Said it was a lot. She said it was a lot harder to perfect than they thought it would be. And it's so pretty. They really went all out with the decorations.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Lumos.
Oh, there it is. I thought I saw it. Haha. Okay, let's see if we can remember where that... Excuse me. Is it? Ah, there it is. Yay, I found it. Very nice. Alright. It's 10 dark arts. Now once I get...
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the letter.
If I didn't have that fireplace to sit next to, I think I should be terrible.
Here, behind you.
The way this room is set up almost reminds me of,
Thank you. Hello, I am Natty.
the same... Oh wait, is it? I think it is the same room
Professor
that
Ronan, yes?
the Goblin first teaches Harry, Ron, and Hermione about Wingardium Levioso with the feather.
Now, this will be a crucial year
Yeah, I think this
in
is
your
the same room.
education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold
with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even
Tough crowd,
remember how
huh?
to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed by partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Okay. I don't know if that's there. A.
Accio. That is not bad. You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
All right. If there's anything from the DLC in the future coming up that anyone is most interested in, what would you like to see them add to the game? Is there anything you'd like to see them change? Anything that should be taken out?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Okay.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres
Okay, so
and relinquish your charm
pulls the target
at the
closer
last
to
possible
the
moment.
caster. Hold
Now,
right
think of
trigger
this like gobstones,
and press
if you
the
will.
assign
But instead
button.
of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Hold right trigger and press the assign button to cast Accio. Release to cease casting. Okay.
Accio. Very good.
Not bad. I actually didn't think it was going to stay on. That's
Excellent control there.
I was nervous I was going to pull them all off. See if I can do that again.
That's it.
Oh,
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing
That's right.
without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you gonna? Which one are you gonna start with?
Here we go.
That is how it's done.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're kind of in my way. See if I can pull it up next to hers. Don't fall off.
Splendid!
Watch this.
Okay, so the trick is to pull it to the middle and then stop.
Let us see this.
Or let go. Let go once it reaches the middle.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
What is it? Oh, moving targets to
I
avoid.
think we are well past
Or obstacles,
interesting at
should I
this
say.
point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
That is how it's done.
Okay. Guess we're gonna start in the same spot as before.
Excellent control.
Here we go.
Quite impressive. Let us see this.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's see. Come on. Oh, 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 oh.
2 perfect rounds. Look natural.
Wow, it still counted that. It stopped. It counted it right before it dropped
Very
off.
good,
Okay,
both of
that's.
you. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, the game may have let me have that one, but I'll let, like, wow, yeah, the game may have given me that game, but I'll personally give that one to her because it fell. I should have waited until it came to a complete stop because obviously it wasn't done rolling. But it was whatever.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Okay, I'm glad I'm holding my own. I'm glad you understand.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
That's incredible.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
That's a very interesting, I'm not gonna lie. What does Wagadu look like?
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Okay, how big
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts.
Where it
But
mentions
never
that
seemed
in this
intimidating
game,
or
I wonder
overwhelming to
if
me.
at any point
always
in the
felt like
future
home.
there will be a quest or DLC or something that will become available where we have to visit, even temporarily, Wagadu, so we can experience what it looks like.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronnin wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you would.
So inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise.
Wait a second.
Sebastian.
Oh no, that's
You know
got
it
an
won't
arrow
work on
underneath it.
humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Can't wait. Okay.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Was that you?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Wasn't too challenging a lesson. It's kind of you to say.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Okay. Map. Side quests are now available. Professor Weasley wants to see me in her classroom, which is off the transfer configuration courtyard, located between the library annex and the astronomy. Hopefully she has a word on replacing my lost supplies. I'll visit Crossed Wands later. Right now, let's... head to Professor Weasley. Okay. Now I'm going to explore the castle more after I've visited Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
Because I'll admit, I haven't seen the whole castle. And at some point I would like to learn the castle well enough to not need a field guide to navigate it. If you have learned the castle enough to navigate without the field guide, let me know. So that should be very interesting. Wow, this is beautiful.
Revelio.
Wyvern Fountain. This fountain in the Transfiguration Courtyard has a likeness of a wyvern on top and serves as a relaxing place for students to gather. Despite rumors to the contrary, possibly started by Sir Cadogan, or Sir Cadogan, however that's pronounced. I've heard him in the movies pronounce it as Sir Cadogan, so this is most assuredly not meant to be the Wyvern of Way, slain by the lively knight in spite of himself. Okay. Interesting. One sec. Okay. Let's follow this. Oh wow, I see.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Wait, what room?
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Is the room a requirement?
There you are.
I didn't think you'd get it this early. I don't remember when you get it.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Let's see. Hasn't Professor Fig said anything? No, Professor. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hide anything from him this time.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan mentioned that. What? More work? Let's see. Let's go with that.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time.
Okay.
You'll be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Okay. Is there really an Ollivanders here?
There's an Ollivanders in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
1 second. Okay.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Let's see. Let's go with Natty.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronnin's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Now, to those who are curious, if any, these buttons on the back, the L4, L5, and the other ones on the other side, R4 and R5, are not being used to play this because they're not needed. It's using basic controls. I don't even think it's using the trackpads. Okay, speak to Professor Ronnin to receive your first assignment. Assignments are types of quests to Hogwarts professors that, when completed, reward you with new spells. So if you want to pause that. Alright. Okay, so alright, I think I'm going to do Professor Ronnin's assignment, and then that'll be it for this episode. The next episode will start out in Hogsmeade, so that I can take my time there. Alright, so let's get to it. Wait a second. There's it. Is it? Really? Maybe it's locked. Wonder why those changed and that one didn't. Oh, it's periodic. Interesting. Oh, wow. That... Interesting. Oh.
Ah, there you are. You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Okay.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
Okay.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Okay, Professor Ronnin's assignment. Collect the flying page near the broken statue. Collect the flying page in the defense against the dark arts tower.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Revelio.
Ah, there it is. Oh, where's Peeves? I hear him. I hear him. I hear him. Where are you? There he is. Hey, Peeves. That's so cool. I'm glad they put him in this. That's some skill, buddy. Floating juggling, or juggling floating.
I trust the preliminary tasks were...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Okay. Mending charm Reparo can be used to mend broken objects and pieces of the environment, which comes in handy in a lot of places.
If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Okay. Alright. Nice. One second. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Alright, so we've learned Reparo. Let's pet this kitty cat. I love that they put animals you can interact with in this game. See, can we break this? Just so that I can watch this.
Something quite satisfying about using the mending charm, isn't there?
Yes, there is actually. Is it gonna? Oh wow, that even okay. That's very satisfying to see actually. So, wow. All right. So, the next episode we will head to Hogsmeade and explore it a bit while collecting what's in that mission. Wow. I'll never get tired of looking around the castle. Such amazing work. Alright, well that's it for today's episode. Let's go over and save it real quick. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Let me know what your favorite moments are. Which class of those three is your favorite? Or I should say, which of those two classes is Charms? Would you prefer Charms, or would you prefer Defense Against the Dark Arts? And what is your favorite spell between the two? Let me know in the comments. Till next time.